Jerry Brown here with Jerry Brown Travels, and today we're doing part 2 of this series of 2 videos, and this is Lori and Randy Grant, and we did our first one is where they had retired at the age in their 40s, and so what I'm excited to find out, they're world travelers, and actually you guys told me you traveled for at $72 a day for traveling around the world. Okay, so give me some input, you know what I mean? How many people are doing that? You know, very few people.
Very few. I know people who are doing it less, and I know people who are doing it more, but it's just using your money wisely. It's traveling during non-peak times. It's staying in countries where you can stretch your dollar further. It's just all these little things add up, and even when you have expensive months, if you slow travel and you stay in a place like Ajijic for 6 months or a year, the cost of living is so low that if you have one expensive month, it diminishes the cost. Okay. The dollar cost averaging goes down.
Well, you know, talking to people that have been to Europe and traveling through Europe, and they would tell me like they would spend $8,000 a month in there, and you guys are pulling it off for $72 a day?
Yeah, we found, and a lot of people we've heard to say Europe is very expensive.
Yes,
but
we haven't found that to be the case.
We've looked at in Dresden, Germany. We had some friends looking for us, and we found furnished apartments there for 350 euros a month. Places in Spain for 400 euros a month. Furnished one-bedroom apartments.
Croatia.
So Croatia is very cheap. So there's lots of places that you can go if you look.
Just do your research.
Yeah. Do the research. Okay. Now the other thing is, you guys have done cruises also. You've cruised around the world besides traveling by land.
Repositioning cruises, and a lot of people, I've had to explain, we've done 2 blogs about repositioning cruises because people don't know what they are, and it's just when the cruise ship goes from one side of the ocean to the other, a transatlantic cruise. And you can get great deals. Now, of course, it's one way, but we can get a bargain basement price for $500 for a 2-week cruise that stops in the Azores, and it'll stop in Spain and France, Morocco.
A bona fide cruise, entertainment, everything that a normal cruise would have.
So you're not hanging down by the boiler room.
We're not rowing, we're not washing dishes.
Okay.
It's a real cruise.
So you're actually a real cruise.
That's right.
Wow, just a fraction of the cost.
Okay, and now also we've talked about that you house sit as you're going. That's got to save you a lot of money also.
Of course it does. That's a great way. We house sit and we pet sit.
Slow traveling, what do you mean by that?
It's staying in a place, or it's a lot of times you're like a tourist and you want to go and you're there for 2 weeks and then you go someplace else. Well, that can become very expensive.
Yeah.
But if you go to a place and you stay 3 months, 6 months, a year, then you can find a place, you get a better deal on accommodations, you find the locals where you can go cheaper on food, and that's how you bring your costs down.
Okay, now what I'm hearing here, that sounds like a guy's way of travel. I want to know from the woman's side of you, you know what I mean? You've got to downsize, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Tell us about that, Lori.
Yes.
Our women friends here need to know that.
Ladies ask me this question all the time. They'll say, "Oh, I was surprised when I met you that you were well dressed or that you still had jewelry." Well, yes, I've downsized into a carry-on bag, but I just use a capsule wardrobe, and I have certain colors, and I mix and match, and I can make a plethora of outfits, and I can go from informal to formal by just adding a cute necklace or a cardigan, and it's no problem. The worst part for me was downsizing my shoe collection. I had quite a shoe collection, and now I've gone with a basic pair of flats, a pair of tennis shoes, a pair of sandals, and a pair of flip-flops, I think, and I just wear those. You know, our countries are warmer now, so I don't need lots of layers.
Okay.
But yeah, my wardrobe is simple and classic, and I'm actually not even bored with it because I don't have to think about where to store all my things.
Okay. Well, you know what we've noticed is some people when traveling, they got a duffel bag, they've got a backpack on, they got another shoulder bag here, and that's a couple, and they're each carrying one of those. It doesn't sound like you guys do that.
We've seen that everywhere we go, and what taught us that we could travel lightly, besides some friends of ours who've done it and kind of modeled it for us, was traveling to places like Europe where there were no elevators. We had to go in Paris to our B&B up a spiral staircase. And I'm lugging this huge suitcase, and I thought, never again. I didn't wear half of what I brought anyway, so I learned now just to keep my favorite pieces, mix and match, and I'm good to go. I'm ready to go. Just keep it simple.
Okay. Now, again, I want to get back to the idea of being able to travel at $72 a day. Give us some background information on that. And I imagine that's an average over a year period.
Of course.
Okay. And how many years have you been doing this?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. So,
And we've been to Thailand, we've traveled through Europe, we've taken 2 repositioning cruises back and forth, and those are big months. Because even when you add up the taxes and the gratuities on cruises, and they're only for 2 weeks, and then we go to Scotland or someplace, you're going to have a very expensive month. But then when you come to a place like this, or even in Thailand or Croatia, and you live on less than $1,500 a month,
Okay.
well, that $5,000 a month just gets brought down on the average basis, gets brought down smaller and smaller.
now you're in Mexico, and you're here for what, a year is what I
At least,
understand?
yes.
Okay. So now what do you think your budget realistically for 2 people will be?
Oh
Per
my-
month?
Per month? Of course, everything depends on whether we're getting doctors, because it's so cheap to get medical care.
Okay.
So we come here, and those months might be a little higher for doing some medical care, but still much cheaper than the States.
Say an average.
An average, I'm looking 1,000 to 1,200 maybe. I haven't done it for a full month, but I think I can do it for in that range.
Under 1,500 US
sure.
a month for
Oh,
sure, for
okay.
both, everything.
Easily.
That's eating out quite a bit. That's everything.
Your entertainment.
That's entertainment
That's
too.
drinking some Mexican wine, and that's meeting friends for parties, and that's everything.
Okay, now how would they find out information about, house sitting and taking cruises like that? And you do a lot of research, you know what I mean? What would your tips be to them that, where would they look for that stuff?
Well, one, they can read our blog.
Okay, tell us about your blog.
Our blog is Free Retirement. It's like freedom and retirement. We just kind of combined the 2 words. and
Okay.
It's freeretirement.weebly.com.
And it's down below. Look down below this video. It's tagged down there.
And it's a simple thing, but you can look in the archives and you can go back and see we try to give the real deal.
Yes.
Our favorite places that we like. We talked about when the water burst in our apartment in Chiang Mai. What did we have to do? And we try to
talk about the good and the
Yes,
bad and
absolutely.
the in between. It's not all margaritas and sunsets.
Okay.
Retirement is our stress is reduced from working day to day as teachers, but the stress changes form, although it's not as the same.
Right.
There's other things that come up, and you have to learn to ride or roll with the punches, like Randy says, and so we have all of it in our blog.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, and we talked about in the first part, that you've retired in your 40s, and that you're living this great lifestyle like that. Now, do you feel deprived that in any way?
I feel enriched.
Enriched, okay.
I'm like, I get to experience, because I was a history teacher back in school, so I get to experience all these things that I taught these kids. I get to show them, it's not just a book. I would show my kids, these are pictures of where I've actually been to these places, and I would show them home videos, and my kids would be interested because they saw somebody who was there.
Yeah.
Their teachers standing on the Great Wall of China, not just talking about the Great Wall of China from a book.
Nice,
So it made it all more real for them too.
So what do you project, what I mean? What's your bucket list have going forward, say for a year? And you mentioned that no plan is the major plan in your
Right.
lifestyle.
Well, I think once we, again, we don't know, whatever pops up. We've changed our course many, many times. But I think we're going to start to head further south. We want to get to South America, Machu Picchu, the Galapagos, Patagonia have been on our list for a while. So we want to explore South America.
I would like to learn to do the Argentine tango in Argentina.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great?
That's a good one. That'll be fun. Yeah, definitely. So, well, I hope this little bit of information about how you can travel the world, and this is a proof of it, for $72 a day and living the good life. And the basic philosophy, it sounds like, is they ride first class, but they're paying for coach. and definitely, yeah, they're living a great life.
Well, you can do it too.
That's right.
Okay, this has been Jerry Brown with Jerry Brown's Travels, and look for part 1. You'll definitely enjoy that. They're going to share some information on financing and how they are able to retire in their 40s. That's very important. Doing this, you know what I mean? A lot of people are scared about doing it.
Well, I think
That's true.
I think that's the biggest thing is taking that leap of faith that, you know, because we were scared too. And we talked
yeah.
about, if you look at the very beginning in our archives, and we talk about how nervous we were and how scared we were and what are we going to...
Losing sleep over
Oh
it.
my gosh, it was, and then finally
we just leapt because we trusted that if you leap, the net appears. And it has, and we haven't regretted a single day,
Good.
a single minute.
Wow. Thanks a lot. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you, Jerry.
appreciate
We
it.
enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
so much.
Okay.
Thank
Adios.
you.
Adios.
Adios.
Okay. Well, how about subscribing? You know it's free. All you need to do is press right over here. You see my face? Just press on that and that'll automatically subscribe for you. You'll get a free video every week and give you an update on other videos that we'll have. Also, if you want to see more videos, check out this over here and touch on those, and we'll show you some more videos on how to travel and how to live cheap and enjoy a quality life. Jerry Brown,
Lori Brown.
bye.
Bye bye.